welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward, and on this episode, I'll be talking about a Netflix movie called Falling in Love, in spelled INN, like an in. It's a romantic comedy, and I like romantic comedies. If I see it on Netflix and it's a romantic comedy, I'm probably gonna check it out because one, it's not gonna be very long, and then two, I can easily turn it around and do a review. So this one popped up, so I'm gonna do a review on it. It's starring Christina Milian and this guy named Adam Demos. Milian plays a woman named Gabriella. Demos plays a guy named Jake. Gabriella's from the city, San Francisco. She works for this company, and then the company goes bankrupt. She's depressed, looking for work, and eventually she fills out this form to win an in New Zealand, and she has to write this essay. And after a couple of drinks, she starts writing this essay, and then boom, she wins this in New Zealand. She goes because she has money, and she goes to New Zealand. Of course, city girl going to New Zealand. She's not dressed right. She got heels on. She sticks out like a sore thumb, and she finally gets to the inn, and of course, the pictures are like the most beautiful thing in the world. And when she gets there, it looks like crap, and it's run down, and there's a goat living inside of the inn, and the story. That's when the story takes off, and she goes around town, and of course you run into the person who doesn't really like her. She wants to buy the inn from her. She was supposed to buy the inn, but the person put it online instead. Then you just meet the townspeople, and I think that's where this movie is enjoyable. The romance and the comedy, it takes a while to pick up. It's not very funny. I'll give them that. The romance is more a lot of flirting back and forth with the guy Jake, and Jake is the local contractor. And when she gets there, she runs into him a bunch of times, and she doesn't want his help trying to restore this inn. And of course, she starts doing it herself, and she falls in love with the process. But to me, the best thing about this movie, again, it's not great acting on either one of their parts, but the best thing about this movie for me is New Zealand as a character, and her learning the customs over there. Just simple things like driving on the wrong side of the road, but the people that she runs into, like there's a gay couple that owns like a cafe, but they cook really good food and make great coffee, and they're welcoming to her. And there's the florist. She goes there to buy flowers for the inn and everything like that. She's very welcoming and helpful. So all these characters are helpful to Gabby, and they really make her feel at home. Even though she's really unsure about being there. And then of course she eventually gets into conversation with Jake, and they have their thing, their montage of hanging out and stuff like that. It has the same romantic comedy tropes of them hanging out. Then something they have a little falling out, and then the ending's a little different. Not everything I expected, but it's a little different. But the fact that all the other secondary characters are cool makes this enjoyable. And then they really helpful. There's one particular scene where she like gets sick, and everybody just comes over. The florist, the local doctor, the guys from the cafe, Jake. They come, they take care of her, give her soup and tea, and they help fix up like the kitchen. So when she wakes up, the kitchen is nicely done, and it's just like little things like that where everybody is helpful. Just made the movie more enjoyable for me. It's not a very long movie. It's not the best romantic comedy. Netflix does a good job with these romantic comedies though, and this is on the weaker side of them. I enjoy the romantic comedies that Netflix puts out, but this is again on the weaker side. But I enjoy New Zealand and the atmosphere that it has on this particular film. So if you enjoy romantic comedies, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Falling in Love. Thank you for listening. Deuces.